So Andrew, how long have you been attending the AMA conference?
This is actually my first conference.
This is your first conference?
It is.
Well, great. Well, so tell us, you're an advancement person.
I am.
So tell me a little bit about what, as an advancement person, you've gotten from this year's symposium.
I'm excited because it feels to me like at advancement conferences there's a dawning realization that marketing is a key piece of the advancement skill set and that we can't actually fundraise effectively on behalf of our institutions without the marketing component. Here I'm encouraged to see a similar dynamic emerging but in reverse, in which it feels like the marketing conversations are beginning to acknowledge that you have to think about the bottom line, you have to think about the dollars, you have to think about all three legs of the advancement tripod. And that strikes me as a really productive and encouraging development.
So maybe in the past it's been more enrollment focused and now it's, moving on to include other areas as well.
That's right, and I think that necessarily relates to the fact that we're all in constrained budgetary situations and we have to focus on various different types of bottom lines. So fundraising is one type of bottom line that's just as important as the admissions bottom line, and acknowledging that that is the world in which we're living and how we can position ourselves to achieve that is a really good step forward.
Yeah, great. So I understand you're doing AMA's very first crowdfunding presentation tomorrow. As far as I know, I've never done this before, so I'm anxious to hear about that. Tell me what you're planning to do.
So if you look at the numbers, donation-based crowdfunding is projected to deliver $1.4 billion in FY14, and it's great that higher ed is beginning to ask itself the question, how can we get a piece of that action? It seems pretty clear that this is what our constituents want to be doing with their discretionary dollars, and you can cast this in two ways. You can either say we need to explore the opportunity and see what we can do, or you can view this as us playing defense and realizing that exploring this space is necessary for us to retain our connections with our constituents who otherwise may be heading off to a Donors Choose or to a Kickstarter.
Right.
And it's really encouraging. I think the fact that this conversation is happening at the AMA conference is unusually exciting because the deeper that my team at Cornell has gotten into our pilot project, the more we're realizing that the dollars are just the tip of the iceberg. We're increasingly convinced that the crowdfunding model has just as much power as a storytelling platform, as a communications tool, and as an engagement tool. And since that lines up so well with marketing goals, we're delighted to have a chance to talk about this in front of a marketing audience.
That's great. I'm sure you'll have a big crowd. Are you presenting by yourself or are you presenting with your team?
It's a team of 4. It's really nice. We've got 2 people who have experience running crowdfunding campaigns in institutional settings, and then we have Michael Greenberg from Scale Funder and Bree from Indiegogo. So we have the partners represented in this discussion who are so necessary to making it possible for these experiments to happen.
That's great. Well, it's great to see innovative ideas coming to the AMA conference.
That's great. So we're delighted to be here, and we've had so much fun running these campaigns that we think everybody else owes it to themselves to try it out so that their campuses can enjoy this as much as we have.
Great. Well, I'm sure that'll be a really popular session.
Great. Thank you.
You.